So if you know me at all, you'll know that I love guitar pedals, and I don't have like a collection like some people do, Bob Guido, I'm just mentioning, but I do have a lot of guitar pedals. And they're pretty much all used. I'm not one of these guys who buys a lot of stuff and like puts it on the shelf and be like, "Oh, that's a museum piece. We don't touch that." But I do have this one that I use on and off and not consistently, and it's called the Weapon. And it's a guitar pedal that's designed by Dan Donegan, who's the guitar player for Disturbed. And once again, it's called The Weapon, right? So one of the things about playing hard rock and rock music and sort of stuff in the metal space, guitar, or like the heavy metal space, and I know some of you are like, "You're not really heavy." Like, shut up, whatever, it's fine. Just listen to this. So one of the things about the product in that space is, when you're just buying a guitar, it might be called Stratocaster, or it might be called the Les Paul, like signature Les Paul guitar. Or, even sometimes it's a number, like this one I got over here is called the Q547, which for me lacks a little poetry, but whatever. But the embarrassing thing about the heavy metal rock space is that a lot of the equipment is like super Dungeons and Dragons-y, right? So for instance, I had an 8-string guitar a few years back. I don't have it now, but I was playing it for a little while. And maybe I'll make a video sometime about why I don't have it anymore, but I'm boring you enough already. But anyway, I was trying to get replacement pickups for it. So the pickups were, the model name was called Pegasus. There's another one. And the one that really got me was called Nazgul. Nazgul. Okay, so I'm a grown-ass man and I have to go into the local music shop and be like, "I'll take a Nazgul, please." like that was hard, man. That's hard to do. So you can imagine when I acquired this, like I have my Reb G3, I have my MXR Phase 90. I have something that's just called volume pedal. And then I've got the Weapon, right? So like, be scared. The Weapon is going to get you. It's like Darth Vader, but it's in pedal form, the Weapon. But I'm going to tell you something about this. This thing has, like I said, was created by Dan Donegan from Disturbed. And it has like several sounds built in. So normally when you buy a pedal like this, it's like it makes echoes, or it makes your guitar distorted and raunchy, or whatever, or it gives it like a warbly like whatever. And this one actually has like 6 sounds built in. And most of it is just like hard rock or metal distortion, mostly not stuff that I can use, right? It's not that I don't use that, because I use it all the time, but the ones that are in this pedal are not like amazing. And I've been spoiled because I've got great guitar distortion sounds now, so I don't really like, I'm very snobby. But people are like coffee, they're like, "Oh, I won't drink that coffee. It's not, organically, like ethically sourced." Like, okay, that's me with pedals and coffee, or distortion and coffee. But I'll tell you something, this came on my radar. I'm telling you why I bought it in the first place. And I got it like years ago, and I don't use it very often. But the reason I bought it is because it has the most effective and convincing, not perfect, but effective and convincing sitar emulation. So you can play your guitar through it and it sounds like a sitar. This is a bit hard to do, because making a guitar sound like a sitar isn't just a matter of having a string go from like the twang of a guitar and somehow manipulating it so it makes the sort of I guess the twang of a sitar. It's not quite that simple, because there are other aspects to the sitar's sound, like the droning strings and just the way that it's built and the way that it's played and that sort of thing. It's not a one-to-one comparison. Where sometimes you can like pick up a banjo and play your guitar parts, and even that's not really a great comparison, but you get what I'm saying, I think. But as far as like faking sitar, this is a good way to go. And I'm going to give you a couple examples. But if you want to hear it on an album, I used this on the song called Messages from the Storm, which appears on the last album that we did in 2022 called the Ever Turning Wheel. So if you ever hear that song, there's a lot of guitar playing, and then there's like a break where there's like a heartbeat pulse and some radio noise, and then the weapon is being played. Or, you know what, I'm just gonna get a piece of tape and put it across here and just call it The Peacemaker. Like, I don't know, it's just so, the weapon is so off-brand for me, right? But if you are a guitar player and you're looking for some kind of sitar emulation, this thing right here, I'll give you a couple examples.
A few minutes later.